everybody here. Evan Jackson here with Young Bold and Regal, CEO of Young Bold and Regal. We're going to do a great interview today where we're going to speak with the stylist Yvonne. She's an amazing stylist. I would say, a celebrity stylist, stylist to the stars, fashion stylist, wardrobe stylist, amazing clients that ask her to do amazing stuff, and her capabilities as a stylist, a creative, and a designer. So she does all these amazing things, and I can't wait for you guys to tune in and check her out. The story behind me interviewing her is the fact that, oh hey, she's live right now. But the story behind me knowing about Yvonne is that I heard about her Stylist Lounge in Pasadena. I'm a native of Pasadena. All right, we're gonna tap in with her right now. There you go. All right, there we go.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty great. I was telling everybody the story of how I came to know about you and your amazing brand and your amazing self.
Oh, okay. I know.
So,
I just jumped in right now. So let me
yeah.
finish.
So I heard about that Yvonne had her own stylist lounge. It was Small Business Saturday, and I said, look, I'm gonna support any small business. I treat it like any big business, right? It's just as important as a Nike or a Gucci or a FUBU, because everybody has a day one, correct?
Exactly.
So I came. She was the most sweetest, most humblest person I'd met. And what was so cool and great about her is that there was a lot of models and a lot of other creatives that I knew that knew her work. But I want her to introduce herself right now.
Oh, yes. You do know a lot of people that I know, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So hi, everybody. My name is Yvonne, styled by Yvonne. I am a stylist. I've been styling for about 5 years now. So it's been like a journey, you know. But so far, you know, I love what I do. I wouldn't change it for anything else. I've just been, I don't know, I guess we can talk into more detail once we go. I'm just like, I don't know, I'll let you know everything right now.
I want you to get to all into it. I was reading your Voyage LA feature. She has a great feature on Voyage LA. But she talks about how she has always had an affinity and a love for style, that she couldn't escape it. And when she fully engrossed herself with it, that's when she really shines. So talk about your journey, not only as a stylist, but a designer, a creative, and how fashion and style has always been a part of your world.
Okay. Well, like you said, fashion has always been a part of me. I've been styling forever, like personally, like my friends and family and, you know, just people around me. And they always ask me like, you know, what should I wear with this? Like, especially growing up, people would always ask me like, where did you get that? How did you put that together? And stuff like that. And for me, it just came like naturally. Like my mom, she didn't take us to like the best or like high-end stores. Like we would go to swap meets, we would go to like Ross, DD's, you know, just the regular stores that I don't know, for us it was regular, but for some people it wasn't. Like some of my other friends, you know, they went to like Justice and, you know, like the stores that were actually like meant for kids or like teenagers. Or like I remember the first time I bought a shirt at Forever 21, that was full price. My mom was she was just so mad at me because she was like, why would you spend $20 on a top? But for us, it's like, we can get like 4 tops for $20 and, you know, make it look like so dope. So, you know, I've always been into like bargain shopping. I love thrifting. I'm going to come out with like my own reconstructed line. So, you know, I just love thrifting and just, my bad, I love bargain shopping. So anything that I can get for a deal, I'm getting it for a deal. Most of my stuff, I've gotten it on sale. I don't like paying full price because I feel like it's always gonna, okay, I feel like I'm going on into a tangent about bargain shopping. But let me go back to how I became a stylist. So yeah, like I remember I was 18 or 19, and my friend, she came over. I hadn't seen her in a long time. She came over to my house just to like check on me because I was kind of going through like a rough patch. I was just like confused and like I just didn't know what I wanted to do with myself and my life and all that extra stuff, you know. So she came over and I remember she told me like why don't you style, Yvonne? Like you
Mm-hmm.
should be a stylist. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. Why don't I style? Like, I do this. I already do this all the time. This is
Yeah.
perfect.
So everybody out there, listen to your friends, right? Turn up, have a great time. But if you are not sure what to do, the people around you, your inner circle, will tell you what you're great at, and believe them, right? And believe in
Exactly.
yourself. I want to get back to the fact when you bought that full price top at Forever 21, correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't only see it as wearing it once. You saw it in different ways. You saw it as a stylist would see it, correct?
Yeah, I saw it as like a statement piece. I'm like, and I remember it was something that I wanted so bad. It was something that it was like a staple. Like, let's say maybe like a flannel. You know how like not even three, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, everybody was wearing flannels all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was something that was just like everybody had that I didn't have. So when I saw it, I was like, yes, you know, perfect. And my mom was like, go return it. So I had to go return it. And I was like, why do I have to return it? Like it's so cute, but you know, I saw so much more I could do with that top.
So we'll get back to bargain shopping in a little bit, but
Yeah.
recently I believe you styled a photo shoot that went viral, and a lot of magazines and a lot of people picked up press for that. Tell the audience a little bit more about that.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun. I didn't even know it was gonna get picked up like that. How did it even happen? I think, oh, the hairstylist. So Lashanda, she's the one that put the whole thing together. She was a creative director, hairstylist. She's basically like that girl, okay? She's that girl. She hit me up and she's like, Yvonne, I need your help styling this project. And I came through. She needed a lot of like African jewelry, so I think that's why she hit me up, because she knew like I have, you know, I'm Kenyan, so I have so much African jewelry and, you know, the beads, the fabric, all that stuff. So when she hit me up, I'm like, Disney princess inspired. And then she showed me the mood board and she showed me everything. I was like, yes, I'm there. So I just ended up going to the photo shoot. It was a great time. All the models were so cute. It was so fun. And it was just so dope. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all these young girls. They're so dope. Like, and they were so confident. Like they were more confident than me. I'm like, girl,
You could tell by the pictures, and tell the audience more about your Kenyan heritage and how important that is to you.
oh yeah. So Kenya is everything to me. Me being Kenyan is like my life. I have the bracelet on. Sometimes I
Hey,
wear the
represent.
sandals. Yes, I represent 24/7. I was born in Kenya. I moved down here when I was 5 years old. And then I've just been living in California since. But, you know, I'm very much Kenyan. We speak Swahili in the house. The
Nice.
church that we went to was like a Kenyan community. So I was just brought up around people like me. Of course, growing up, I'm like, they ain't like me. These people are not like me.
Yes.
But, you know, now it's like a really good community. I have a lot of friends and like even people that I would call family that I've met through the Kenyan community. So, yeah. And then with like styling.
Speak a little bit to that, as far as, in my opinion, not only with African Americans, Black people in America, but I feel like every American has been more culturally in tune with the different, not only countries, but tribes in Africa. Not simply saying African anymore. People are breaking it down into and giving us an education. How do you feel about the infusion of Afro beats, Afro music, Kenyan music, different tribes and countries, where you're like, wow, I didn't see this growing up, like you said.
I love it. I love it now. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, so everybody wants to be African now. But you know what?
Yeah.
I love it. To be honest, I feel like as Africans, African Americans, just anybody that is an African descendant, we should go back and make Africa great. Hold on, let me close this door. We should go back and make Africa what it really should be. You know, we should invest our money, our time, everything that we know back into Africa. Like, I feel like, I know we all hate him, but Donald Trump was saying something real when he said, let's make America great again. But we have to flip it and look at it like, let's make Africa great again. Because Africa was one of the most, like, it's where everything is at. Like, I don't know, whatever. But
no, keep going. Don't hold back.
Yeah. No, we have to bring back everything to Africa. Like, it's so important. And that's why, like, even on set, I'll bring like Kenyan jewelry. I'll bring like African pieces, and people like, you know, people can be, I don't know what the word is, but they throw me off sometimes because they'll say slick shit like, oh, I'm sorry, can I cuss? Just a little, you know. But you know, they'll throw like slick stuff in there and be like, oh, Wakanda forever, and that stuff is like funny, but it's like, it's kind of taking away from the actual beauty of, you know, they'll say exactly, and they'll say it's shady. Like, one time I got booked for a job. I got booked for, what was it? I think it was like a magazine cover or something. Honestly, I don't remember, but it was like really big talent. So I was so excited. And I actually remember one of the ladies was like Janice Dickinson. So I was like, oh, I'm there, you know? So I hit up a few showrooms, and one of the showrooms, I used to work at, and they know me for, like, you know, being Kenyan. Like, I'm very loud and proud about me being Kenyan. So when I reached out to them, I sent them the mood board and everything. And I was an assistant, by the way. So when I was reaching out, I'm like trying to, you know, do the work as an assistant, making sure that we can schedule appointments and sending over the mood boards to different showrooms and stuff. So I sent it to the showroom. Basically, they got mad at me and like accused me of trying to push an African agenda and all this stuff. And I was like, for one, I didn't make the mood board. I didn't come up with the direction. They hit me up because they know I have African pieces. They know I have those, you know, Kenyan jewelry, the pieces and everything that to like take the shoot to the next level. So sometimes it could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. It depends. But I'm definitely always trying to push Africa out there, because I don't know why like people try to stay away from it. Like, it's beautiful. African pieces are beautiful. African prints are loud, bright, beautiful pieces that people need to see.
Talk about that more, because I feel like that happens a lot in pop culture, especially when it comes from the Black community and the Black diaspora, where it becomes memeified. Like you said with Wakanda Forever, everybody was doing it essentially. And how special is it if everybody does it in a joking way? So how do you know when to call it out and be like, that's not Kenyan culture, stop it? Or that's like, all right, cool, I dig that you do that. Where's that line for you?
I don't know. I feel like it depends on like maybe the messenger, or like who is wearing the piece, how they're wearing the piece. Because I've done fashion shows where I've had like models that are not African wearing African jewelry, but you know, it fit the pieces. Like, it's
overall it's done in a respectful way.
Exactly. But you know, it just depends. I would say on the person. I know people like they're trying to be like, they have a good heart and they're trying to be nice about it, but it can come off like, I don't know what the word is. I don't know why I'm
yeah,
but, like,
it can come off like insincere.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, like, if you don't want to use it, it's okay, girl. Like, I have so much more jewelry. It's okay.
and it's interesting because there's a Netflix documentary that talks about the evolution of styling within hip hop, and how a lot of the stylists behind those looks that we love are women. And I told somebody the other day, can't we copyright that? I feel like hip hop and a lot of Black people are the only people that don't copyright that. We should copyright certain things so we don't get mad. we just tax people on it.
No,
So
seriously, we should definitely. I need to watch that show. It was it the remix or something? On Netflix. I know. I love Misa. I saw her posting about it. I don't know if they had. I don't know what other stylists they had on there, but I'm glad that now, you know, they're highlighting, especially Black women in the fashion industry and, you know, in the style industry. We don't get our credit. It takes a long time. We have to call people like Beyonce or really, 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 really big people for people to finally see us and all the hard work we've been doing and stuff like that. So I'm kind of happy that people are starting to show love and appreciation to stylists, because there's a lot of us that need opportunities too, especially in LA. I feel like it's a little bit harder for me personally. Sometimes it can get difficult trying to get booked and get gigs and stuff. I try not to, like, I actually don't push myself out there. People hit me up most of the time, and I would say it's because of God.
And let me interject real quick. That's what's so impressive about Yvonne, is that she doesn't overwhelm you with what she's doing. And yes, when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about myself. I will overwhelm you. I will let you know about Young, Bold, and Regal. But her method is, hey, I'm going to let the right people and organizations and company come to me. And if we have creative differences, cool. And if we don't, let's go on there. Talk about your business acumen, your business professionalism as a stylist, because I feel like that's an education as well you can give us.
Yes. Okay, look, I'm laughing because I feel like I'm still learning. So there's a lot of stuff that, like, I'll run into and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do, or, you know, how do I handle this situation? So I guess, like, right now I would say, you know, being organized is very important, especially when showing up on set or to a client for a fitting. You know, you want to be organized because they're trusting you with their image, so you have to come prepared, you know, as far as, like, a really good one is bagging your stuff separately. Like, that is really important. I know
especially in the hot LA summer.
Yes. Okay. No, it can get real. So like I remember, who was it? I believe it's Andre. I don't know if you know all about Andre. He's a stylist in LA. He actually is the one that taught me a lot when it comes to styling and just, like, making sure that I'm on top of things so I don't embarrass myself, because there's been times where I've embarrassed myself on set.
Yeah, like, you gotta learn as you go.
It can, like, I remember one time, it was like one of my first, like, I was assisting the stylist. She came out here and I blew it. Like, I was like, oh my God, I am the worst. Like, why did I do this? I mean, to me, it didn't seem like a big deal, but looking back at it, it is very unprofessional, and I should have never done that. Like, I'll basically tell you guys what I did. I was on set assisting another stylist, and her client, we were shooting outside, and I want to say this is probably like my second kind of big set that I've been on. So we were shooting outside, we go back inside, and my hair started getting messed up, and I seen that she had a straightener in the bathroom. So I started straightening my hair in the bathroom with the client's straightener.
Wow.
And, like, I didn't like, okay, she came in, she didn't get mad at me, but I can see that she kind of got upset. I started using it. I was like, oops, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So I was like, okay. And then, like, after the shoot, the stylist let me know, like, you know, she's not gonna be working with me anymore because I basically embarrassed her. The client was upset that I was touching her stuff, and that's not how you work as a stylist, and like, she, you know, she put me in my place. And I remember sitting there like, sis, I had a date. I was just trying to fix my hair. Like, I didn't think of it like, oh my gosh, I'm touching up somebody else's stuff on set. You know, I'm just thinking, like, we're here having fun. I don't know. So there's, you know, you have to make sure that you don't get too comfortable, for sure. I would say never get too comfortable with a client on set. Just don't get too comfortable, because you never know, that can mess you up a lot.
Exactly. And to clue everybody who's tuning in, we're with the amazing hi everybody. We're with the amazing stylist wardrobe stylist. I call her a stylist to the stars because she has styled a lot of marquee names. That isn't it's not all about that, but that is pretty cool. I like that she's done that. She's a designer and she's a creative. So following in the footsteps of a June Ambrose, who's done like Black is King,
Thank
On
you.
the Run tour,
Hello.
Belly. So if you know any 90s movie, or if you're in touch with 90s hip hop and 90s R&B, which everybody is essentially, you know who June Ambrose is. So
Somebody
we
tag her.
so we want to ask you here, who will you be styling for? Who do you want to style for? How do you take influences like Drew Ambrose, where you do something maybe they did or do something totally different? Where do you want to go forward?
Oh, where do I want to go forward? I definitely got to go to the top, okay? All the way to the top.
All the way to the top.
My biggest goal is to style Beyonce. Like, if I style Beyonce, to be honest, I mean, I feel like that's every stylist's dream, but I love her more than I probably love myself. No, I'm kidding. I love this woman. I feel like she has inspired me so much with my style, loving myself, you know, becoming the confident woman that I am. Like, at one point, like, I used to say Beyonce was like my best friend because I would listen to her music every day. Like, she's such a badass. Like, she's empowering, you know. Let me start talking about her. But yeah, Beyonce. And then for sure, I would love to do like a Michelle Obama. Like, I really do want to have high-end clients. It doesn't have to be that high. That's me really reaching. But for sure, like, I love working with professional women. So women that are, you know, in a certain industry. It doesn't have to be fashion. They could be in, like, I just got a client in New York that's a lawyer.
Wow.
I'm styling a music video, and I'm so excited about this one. I am going to be going to Boston. She like booked the ticket and everything. So I just got a client in Boston. So I'm super excited about that.
Wow.
And she's doing a music video, a gospel music video. So it definitely, I'll take any client, anybody that is serious and that wants to be styled.
Speak more about that, because I feel that sometimes when people think stylist from outside looking in, or maybe somebody who's even starting as a stylist, they feel they need to fit a certain niche. But I feel with you, your personality combined with your fashion sense attracts more clients, and the versatility of your client base. Talk about that a little more.
Yeah, definitely. So I like you said, I try to be diverse. Like, you know, I also try to keep my style, like the people that I style, I guess. No. I was gonna say in between my styles. So like I can dress in anything. Like, I feel like I'll wake up one day and want to dress like a rock star. I'll wake up the next day and want to dress like a baddie, like, you know, like an Instagram chick. You know, I want to wake up and dress like a rapper, or I don't know. I like to change up my style. Like, I remember growing up, I used to wear like the platform sneakers or things that, like, I guess were like emo-ish or like rock star-ish, and people would be like, why are you wearing that? But it's just how I feel. So I feel like I'm able to tap into so many different styles. And then, like, when it comes to my client, I definitely tap into their style. So most of my clients are like business women, professional women. So I know that they want a clean look. They want something that is sexy. A lot of my clients are women that are, let's say, over 25. So these are women that are getting used to their new body. And so I'm helping them like learn how to dress again, because, you know, as a woman, you get a job, you have kids, you get married, you know, things start to change. You're not really taking care of yourself as much. So I definitely
it's a transformation.
I help them tap into their old selves, or maybe to the new person that they want to be like. So I definitely try to make sure I stay in between like what they want, but I push it a little bit and make sure I always give them a little sexy. Like, whatever I do, we're always gonna do a little sexy. Like, I don't care if it's a deep V, open back, open arms, like something that they're not used to, because what's the point of having a stylist if they're not gonna push you into, you know, greater and better looks that you wouldn't normally wear?
Exactly. I want you to talk more about that as well. I spoke with a up and coming stylist, a friend of mine, the other day, and she says nobody wants to be styled now. It's a COVID, it's a pandemic, but I was pushing back. I said, you can do so many creative things on social media, TikTok, in person, via email. So what is some advice you would give to someone who's just starting off as a stylist and they don't know what to do now in this current climate?
Like you said, I would definitely just keep creating content, keep pushing that out there. Like she said, there's not a lot of people that want to be styled right now. I feel like it's picking up a little bit more now, especially for me too. But before, people were at home, like they had nothing to do. What are they getting styled for? Unless it's like a closet cleanse or
Yeah.
I don't know, something special for them. They really don't need to get styled. So a lot of work kind of did fall off. But I think for sure now, definitely keep posting content. Like, I was scared to post reels on Instagram. I remember being like, oh my God, I'm not getting any views. Like, because, we have an expectation for ourselves. Like, when I post something, I expect to get a certain amount of views and likes and all of that. So, and that's another thing. Like, it can stop us. Like, we're sometimes the people that stop us from being great. Like, we stop
Yes.
ourselves. So,
Almost all the stylists I've met are very perfectionists.
yes.
That I encourage them to post more of your work and yourself, so that the people out there who don't see your work be like, hey, like that's what a stylist is. That's what a stylist looks like. Or putting yourself out there, being like, I want to hire that stylist. So Evan Rises says, what's a normal budget to style for my wife as a gift, if that's even a thing?
Okay, wait. So I guess he's asking like, well, what do you, I don't know. I guess, can you give me like more details? What's a normal budget to style for my wife as a gift? So if I were to style your wife, what is the normal budget? I guess it depends on the look that you want to give your wife. So let's say if you want to give her something a little bit more glamorous, maybe like a customized dress, or it doesn't have to be customized in like a gown or something. It depends on your budget. That's actually what I like to ask. What is your budget? So then that way I can figure out how I can help you. Because I have people, that'll hit me up like, hey, I want you to style me, and then I'll let them know my rate, and my rate is their budget. So it depends though, because I can also do virtual styling. Like, I don't want to scare people with just one rate. I let them know like, okay, maybe we can't have me on set, but we can do all the prep and all the work before, set. Or if it's like, if I don't have to come on set, it's definitely cheaper. If I don't have to do pools in LA and go to showrooms and stuff, it is a little bit cheaper. But yeah, it depends. It depends on your budget for sure.
That's a great segue, because also another stylist friend of mine, she had trouble of making the jump of setting a rate and sometimes doing free work for a bigger organization or a company. And she was caught in between the two because she wasn't signed to a stylist company. She was independent. So talk about that as well, the frustration if people ask, or rather when people ask for free work and you're like, nah, I'm a business just like everybody else, but working with them as well.
Right. So I try to, that's the hardest part too. Like, remember I was telling you, like, I'm learning as I go. So like, sometimes I'll put my rate, like my rate right now is on my website, because I'm getting a lot of personal clients, and I'm just getting a lot of those questions to where I just have my website. You can go ahead and check that out. But when it comes to like productions that have a big budget, I don't want to lowball myself. And they see like that's my rate, and then they could pay me more, because as a stylist, I do feel like I deserve more with all the work that I do. There's a lot of work that comes with styling. So I try to be fair though. Like, that's why I started my showroom also, because there's a lot of upcoming models and talents around me, like in my area, because I live in the Inland Empire. So that's about probably like 40, maybe 50 minutes from LA with traffic, maybe like an hour and a half. So I have the showroom so that people that don't have access to showrooms in LA, because showrooms just don't let anybody come in there.
They
you have
don't.
to have you have to set an appointment, you have to have a call sheet, you have to have everything. You're not just walking
It's
in
a
there,
real deal.
Right. So like not everybody can get access to showrooms. So like with my showroom, like I try to give people like the option, if they want me to style them, they can come and pick their outfits, like and it's way cheaper. And I have pieces that aren't at the stores. Like I have pieces that are a little bit more showroom like, stuff that you can use for music videos, photo shoots, editorials, things like that. It's not just like outfits. There's jewelry, there's shoes, there's hats, there's
Yeah,
bags.
I was just about to say this. Yvonne is a stylist with the fit she's wearing right now. where styling is not only a simple piece of clothing, it's how you wear the clothing, it's how you place it with individual pieces. So
Exactly.
has there ever been a scenario where you had a disagreement with a client and then eventually you won out, and maybe it wasn't a good call or maybe it was a great call by you?
Both. Especially like I said, I'm teaching myself, so I've been in situations where the client hates everything, and I'm like,
Mm.
oh shit, or maybe let's not say hates everything, but they just don't look how I expected them to look, or
Mm-hmm.
she expected them to look, or we both, like it just it doesn't fit. Most of the time, I do have a good eye, so let me not say they hated everything, but it just would get awkward to where I remember one time I did a photo shoot with this girl, and this is like also when I was new too. She reached out to me, and I completely forgot about shopping online. I just went straight to showrooms,
Mm.
and the girl was about a size 7, 8, maybe a 9, and showrooms only have sample sizes, size 0 to 2.
Mm.
And I picked up pieces that I thought were going to be stretchy, but when she came, like I've never had a fitting with her, and that's why fittings are
Wow.
so important. I never had a fitting with her. She came all the way down here from like San Francisco to do the shoot, and like we did the shoot. She posted the photos and everything, but she was so frustrated in person because
Mm.
stuff didn't fit. And as a stylist, I hated the fact that I had somebody, come spend money, time to do this, and they're uncomfortable like that. That just hurts my heart, because I
Mm.
try to make all my clients comfortable and know that they're beautiful, they're sexy, they got this, whatever image or look they're trying to go for, we're gonna kill it, we're gonna get it. So that was a time where I had a client just kind of be disappointed. And then I've had times where like recently I did a cover shoot for a magazine. I'm not posting it because it's the worst shoot I've ever been on. Not,
Wow.
but it was horrible. It was just, they really treated me like I was like worthless. I don't even know what to say. Like
Wow.
it was just so weird. Like basically the talent, she's on reality TV, so she has that entitlement of, feeling that like I don't know. But like it got so bad to where the makeup artist left. And for me, my thing was the creative director there. She wasn't even the creative director. She was the manager of the magazine, and well, I don't know, whatever. But she was trying to tell me how I should style the looks. And it was just like, it's one thing you tell me how to style it and it looks good, but she was telling me how to style it and it looked bad. And I was just like I got to the point where I had to sit down with her and be like, look, if this is how you want it, I'm gonna leave, because that's not how I had envisioned it. That's not. And then it was also a trade shoot because it was for a magazine. Like I was reaching out to so many designers. I had one of the designers is actually here watching. Hey, Chris. But she made one of the pieces. I had another designer. Like I have people working for free, and like they were just not being responsive. The communication was horrible. Like I never had a fitting with the talent. The talent, she liked her outfits, but she was very also like entitled and kind of hard to work with. And it was just very uncomfortable. And like, sorry, what I was trying to say is that at the end of the day, we went with the look I chose because it looked right.
Yeah.
And we had a great outcome. They ended up using the piece that they wanted to use for some other pictures, but they never posted those pictures because it made no sense. So I feel like I always know, no, I always have somebody on set that kind of tries to do my job sometimes, and it's a little weird. But I just let them say what they want to say, do what they want to do, whatever. But at the end of the day, I know it's my word that counts last or whatever. So I just let people feel like they can be the stylist. You know, if you think that looks good, let's do it. I had another shoot with another client. Her hairstylist wanted to style her. Like, I styled her in the whole outfit, and then he's like, let's change the shoes. And I was like, you're not the stylist, but okay. So she went to go change the shoes. I, like, at that point I was over it because I didn't pick it. So I let her change her shoes, do the whole thing, whatever. We took the pictures, the final picture. She's like, I hated those pictures with the shoes. I was like, you should have just listened to me. I wouldn't have you look bad. I would never have my clients look. I wouldn't have them look anything
crazy
but their
out
best.
there.
Like, I just want you to look your best.
So everybody out there, let the stylist style. When Ryan Coogler of Black Panther went to Ruth E. Carter, the costume designer, the Oscar-winning costume designer, he says, I want this look. She says, I'll be back. She took a trip to Africa. She did the research. She came back better, something better with concept art.
Exactly.
And she made the project for what it is. If you're going to hire somebody, hire them for that and respect that.
Right. And that's something I'm kind of learning too, is to stand up for myself. Because I, you know, sometimes I go on set kind of nervous and unsure and a little bit insecure. Like, man, are they really going to like this? Like, I hope they like me, you know? So now I know, like, going into set, like, I'm going to be confident about what I'm talking about, what I'm doing. I know that I just want my clients to look the best. So I don't mind taking other people's opinions or their suggestions, but yeah, now I know, like, I'm very much confident in myself and my craft now. Before I used to be, you know, shaky and just be like, okay, whatever, I guess. But no, now I know, like, at the end of the day, it's my image, also my name on that look. So if I don't like it, I don't approve, it's not happening.
Exactly. And speaking about, you know, with stylists and evolving to costume designing like Ruth E. Carter, what films do you want to style for or maybe costume design for in the future? Because we know that you're also a wardrobe stylist, and that is incredibly important when it comes to the entertainment industry, not only music or any other field, but specifically movies.
I'm glad that you said that, because I actually want to do more film and TV. I've done a lot of photo shoots, editorials, stuff like that, but I definitely want to go into film and just do that. Like, I'm so sad I wasn't on Black is King. You know, my good sis, she didn't call me. I'm like, Beyonce, I have all the
what are you doing, Beyonce? You had somebody right there in your backyard who is amazing, of Kenyan descent, could have hooked you up with even more ideas. You slipping, B.
Exactly. But you know what? It's okay. She gonna have another she gonna have Black is Queen.
Yeah.
And I will really be here. So it's okay. But I definitely want to do like African films. I love African fashion, African style, anything that has to do with Africa. You know, I have my African agenda, so I'm bringing that with me. Okay. Like, I love, like, Black Panther. Honestly, I'll do anything. It just doesn't have to be African films. Like, I've done something for VH1. I've been on like TV show sets, so I don't mind doing that. Honestly, whatever God opens up for me, I'll take the opportunity. I never say no to any opportunities. I try to take every opportunity that I can get, for sure. So yeah, like anything. Even I low-key don't like being on music video sets, but if I get booked for a music video, I'm gonna do a music video.
How come you don't like to be on music video sets?
It's just like my experience hasn't been the best. It's just long days. It's very hard, especially if let's say there's not a big budget, if things are kind of all over the place. But it depends too, because I'm doing a music video, the one in Boston. That one is smaller. It's smaller. I'm kind of helping her. It's more personal. Like, it's one-on-one. But like the bigger music videos, it has been a little bit harder for me. Like, I styled one of Ty Dolla Sign's like girls in one of his music videos, but it was it's a kind of awkward experience because the other style, I didn't know. Again, I was new. It was probably like 3 years ago. I didn't know, but the model, she brought me, and there was another stylist on set already. So it was kind of like the stylist wasn't. I was excited to meet the stylist. I'm like, yay, I'm Yvonne, you know? And like I was like, hi, and like she looked at me and looked away. So it's been awkward. And then I've done another music video where it was just kind of all over the place. So that wasn't fun. I mean, it was a good time, but I wasn't paid enough to be able to deal with all that stress.
Exactly. Talk about knowing your worth as a stylist, not only when it comes to business but also getting properly credited. And the reason why I bring that up is because when Black is King came out, there was some controversy on who did which dress. There's a few people out there who says, I'm glad to be a part of this project, but nobody was crediting them. So I was just confused. I was like, did you give this person this idea and they used a part of your dress? Does that mean you get credit or not? So tell us about that.
Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta hold on. Go get ready. Okay. Thank you. I had to take my little sister to practice at 3:30, so she came in here like, "What are you doing?" But, so when it comes to crediting, I don't know why like giving credits is such a big deal nowadays, but for me, whenever I reach out to a designer, not a stylist, a designer, a brand, or somebody that has pieces that I'm looking for, a showroom, we make sure if they are not being paid for it, then they get tagged. But if you have been paid for your service, most of the time you're not getting tagged. So that's maybe what I don't know, because I didn't hear about that on Black is King. That's all I wonder. What happened?
There is I forgot which, because you've seen it obviously, right?
Yeah.
So there is the scene, I forgot the name of the song, but it was when Beyonce was like not in all white. She had like half white makeup and she was wearing the white dress, and it was a duet styling where it was I forgot what
two companies. I know the
the two companies, right?
Okay.
And then Fashion Bomb Daily and then other companies were crediting the other company, but they weren't crediting Alani Taylor, I believe, or something like that. But to me, it was confusing because when I see it, even for a second or third time, it just looks like one piece because it's white. So to the naked eye, to the layman, they don't know. But looking more into it, you're like, okay, that design is different from that design, but you wouldn't know. And thing is, I knew it was the other designer as well because I'd gone to fashion shows as well. So I'm like, oh, that's hers. But I didn't know it was a collaboration.
Yeah, and it's their new pieces too. So I think that's where it can get mixed up, where they're crediting. I don't know how to say the name of her stuff, but they're crediting her and not Alani Taylor.
Yeah,
I've actually worked with both of them. They have some dope. I was styling them I helped them style their big fashion show where they collaborated. So I was able to see that piece in person. But I think, dang, that's crazy. And I can see why she gets upset because they worked on that together. So what's her name? She makes the rope pieces, but I think Alani Taylor helped her like mesh the rope pieces with actual fabric and do that whole thing. So yeah, I think that's when it kind of gets tricky because you're working with two separate designers on one piece, and that one piece is probably getting pulled from another showroom. So when they're being credited, they're probably being told credit the showroom and that main designer. So yeah, there's always something little that comes up with credits. Like sometimes I'll see people post and not tag me, and I'm just like, whatever. I guess it is what it is. Like there's been times where
you gotta fight for your rights.
Yeah, if I want it,
we'll do it on their behalf. Our young Bo and Rigo will pull up on them and be like, hey, you know what it is?
Exactly. No, seriously.
Yeah.
But I try to tag everybody. No, what I was gonna say is there was a cover. It was supposed to be like a Diana Ross tribute. I don't know if you know the lady. I don't even know if she posted it on her end, but the makeup artist, Nafessa Williams, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
I worked with her, and it's supposed to be like a Diana Ross tribute, but the makeup artist and the hairstylist and the magazine, they took like a year to post. Like, I remember I would message them and be like, hey, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? No response.
Wow.
And then one day everybody just posted it, and I asked everybody that posted it if they can send me the link to the photos. I never got the link to the photos. And so it was just very awkward, like, and it was also a trade shoot too. So it was like I came out, did all this work, and I can't even get the photos, you know? So
Hey, who's ever responsible for that, please give Yvonne her credit, not only because she's a stylist, but behalf on all of the hardworking stylists. Tagging somebody takes literally 2 seconds. So let's correct that, please.
Yeah, I think I want to say they did tag me because that's the reason why I saw it, but I just never got the photos. And for me, I want to get the clear photos,
yes,
so I can be able to do what I want to do with them. If I want to post it on my page, if I want to post it on, you know, my showroom page, however I want to post it.
Speak a little bit more about that, because from my perspective, when I go out there with my team, do things for Young, Bold, and Regal, I'm getting the content. I'm holding the camera. I'm talking to my team member saying, send me this. They send me that right there. But as a stylist, you are so entrenched in doing your job, you're not thinking about that. And now you have to go out and communicate and get your work, essentially. Talk about the frustration with that, but also how you've managed to create a better space for yourself where you can get your work back to show the people.
Yeah, I guess so. What I try to do is just try to make sure, for one, when I'm on set, I get my own content, because I run into things like this all the time.
Exactly.
And then I'm like, dang, I can't even post that I worked with this person or that I did this project because I was relying on the photographer, videographer, whatever. You know, things can happen where they lose their memory chip, their hard drive.
They pull a shenanigan, or they're slow to the draw.
Yeah, like I've even worked with photographers sometimes, and like, you know, they asked me to come out to do a trade shoot, and like 2 months, 3 months, I'm like, hey, when are the photos? When am I gonna get the photos? And they're like, I'm working on paid clients, and I'm like, well, you told me to come collaborate with you, so I need my stuff. Like, I didn't know that I was, like, you know, it's just weird stuff. So I definitely try to make sure I get my own content, because sometimes I don't even like the content that the photographers take sometimes.
Exactly.
You never know what you're going to get back. So I definitely say get your own content. Have your camera and your phone ready.
Get your own contact. And if you do not sign an NDA style thing, meaning that these people aren't Beyonce, they're not going to sign an NDA most likely, right?
Exactly.
Get your own content. If you could say, hey, can I bring an assistant on? Have that assistant, have that best friend get you styling somebody, because that is incredibly important, not only for stylists, but content creators.
Exactly. No, for sure. Even if you're a model, a makeup artist, or anybody out there, just like you said, make sure you get your own content. It's very important to have that, because you never know what can happen.
So tell the people more about where they could find your work, where they could find your showroom online and in person, and where they can find you anywhere else.
Yes. Okay, let me give you guys the whole spiel. So you guys can find me on Instagram at Styled by Yvonne, TikTok, Styled by Yvonne. Help me get to 100K on TikTok. We're very
There we go. There we go.
Once I hit 100K, I can be put on the marketplace. So you guys push. Go ahead and go follow me on there. Also, I would say, if you want to like see some of my work, you can check out my Instagram or my website. My website is where you can get everything as far as like my rates, my work, my different clients, what kind of work that I can do. The only thing I don't have up there right now is music videos. I need to figure out how to upload those. But yeah, if you want to see more of my work, go on there. I just did. If you want to listen to some of my podcasts, I don't have my own one, but I've interviewed on a few podcasts. You can just put in Styled by Yvonne on Apple Podcast or other platforms. I'm not sure where else they put it. I just listened to it on Apple Podcast. And then I am coming out with a book, so you guys.
Hey, there we go.
Yes, the girl is gonna have author in her bio.
Add author to all those amazing
Add
titles.
author, okay, you guys. No, so the book is definitely gonna be good for. It's gonna be for my curvy women. It's gonna be like a handbook to help them style themselves. Because remember how I was telling you, a lot of my clients are tapping into their new bodies, or like they've either gained a lot of weight or lost a lot of weight. So I'm just helping them like learn how to style themselves, and I want to make it a timeless book. So please make sure to look out for that. Follow me on my page. And then what else? I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I want you to talk about, I want to get back to that conversation because everybody tuning in, we're here with an amazing stylist, designer, creative, now soon to be author, Yvonne. Looks by Yvonne. I love that hashtag because it's so simple. I could literally like look that up. I could look up Yvonne on Google for the most part and directly find her. So that's a clue too. And that's a testimony to your marketing of yourself, of your own stylist business. And like you said, you don't hit people over the head with it. You're really smooth with it. All the photos you post up of yourself and your work, it's carefully crafted and aesthetically it looks good. I know before I even went to your page, I know like there's style and fashion somewhere. It's like, of course, stylist, right? Speak about that a little bit.
So yeah, like you said, everything that I put out, I try to make sure that it's clean and it just speaks to my personality, my work, me, and yeah, I definitely. Why am I forgetting the question? I was just so excited that you were gassing me.
Because I talk so much. I'm saying, how do you go about marketing not only your work but yourself as a stylist?
Oh, okay. Okay, so it is kind of hard. I was just telling like my friends and family like over the past few months probably that I hate promoting myself. I hate pushing myself because I feel like there's a lot of like family and friends, people that do follow me, and I maybe should stop looking so into it, and I have recently, but I always see that they're the people watching me, and I need to stop paying attention to them and start looking at my new people that are watching me. Because when I see, like, when I post something like go support this, and then I go look at who's watching, it's like people that I know and they're not supporting, but there's people that I don't know that are supporting. So I definitely try to post a lot more now. At one point, I had gained a lot of weight. I was like, I don't want to post anymore. I'm done taking pictures. If it's not my work, I'm not posting. But I've realized people do like me and they like my style and they like to see me. And that's one thing that I have to get used to. Like, I don't.
You got to do that more because you had a recent birthday. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you did this amazing photo shoot where you were wearing a pink, I don't even know how to describe it. You could describe it better. But it was aesthetically, it was amazing. And it was all about you. So speak
Thank
more
you.
about that shoot. Speak more about celebrating your birthday.
It's so important to me because I've been saying this, like, now that I've turned 23, I felt like, I mean, it's something I've been manifesting. I'm like, you know, like, as I'm becoming like a woman, because I was living in this like young lady or young girl mindset for so long. Even though a lot of people say I'm mature for my age, and they wouldn't think that I'm 23, but I don't know. I was just feeling like unsure and unconfident and so much about myself. But now I feel like I am confident in what I'm doing and who I am, and you know, all of that. So I just try to post like good content, like, and then if it doesn't look good, I don't want to post it. Like the photo shoot I did.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody get rid of that pressure to constantly post. That's what's so great about Yvonne's page. It comes natural. I know when she's gonna style somebody. I know when she's gonna feature herself. It doesn't feel forced.
I'm so glad you said that because like I said, I don't want to force people to support me. I hate that because I felt like that pressure so much when I started. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like if people are not supporting me, I don't mess with you. You're cut out of my life. You know, that whole dramatic like thing. But
Try to Suge Knight you because you didn't repost something.
exactly, like I'll really be like, you're not my friend. If you didn't repost that, are you really my friend? But sometimes it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. And you also have to train people to get used to what you're doing. Like you have to like people have to see you being consistent for them to support you. And that's what I've learned. Like consistency is key. Like that's everything. I wouldn't be this far if I wasn't as consistent. Like I've had so many rough days and just times where, I wanted to quit for sure. And, like I don't want to do this anymore. But I love it. I love it too much. I feel like I love myself too much to give up on this. Like if I give up on this, I will feel like a failure. Like no.
and in a way, when you're so passionate about something, you feel the need to, do better at it, and
Right.
not be so hard on yourself, But
exactly.
But one of the last questions I want to ask you is, how good does it feel to represent the different body sizes across women, the people you style, when it comes to yourself being a stylist?
I love it. I love just bringing that confidence out of women. So like when I style, like you said, like different shapes and sizes, it helps me learn like so much, because before I used to just style me, my sister, and some of my friends, and we all have the like like the typical, I would say we're all about a size, maybe like from a size 7 to like a size 14. So we all have that, like just regular, I don't want to say regular body because our bodies are all different, but there was nobody that was like model skinny. We've always been like kind of thick, but now that I'm working with like models and stuff, I'm working with a lot of women that aren't my size or my shape or whatever, and that helps me like tap in and help them achieve like their look. And I just think it's fun. I love like just helping them feel like good, like they are that chick.
To send us off with a final message of what do you want the message of your career to be to the people?
So many things.
I know that's a loaded question.
I was like, dang. I mean, because also I want to do a lot. Like, I just don't want to do fashion. Like, I love fashion. I feel like fashion is now the start of my career and my life. But there's so much I want to do as far as, like, even Kenya. Like, I definitely want to be, like, low-key like a tycoon in Kenya. I want to have, I want to be in the restaurant industry. I love cooking. I was supposed to go to culinary school before. Oh my gosh. Hey, Chelsea. I need to DM you about my project. I just remembered.
Chelsea Nicole. We're going to post this on the Young, Bold, and Regal Instagram page. Make sure to comment, like, tag everybody, because this is a great interview.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Dang, what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. I just
You're talking about cooking.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I love cooking. What I want to do. Yeah, so I definitely want to I want to have my own mall in Kenya for sure. Like I know that's not very dramatic, but I would love to have my own mall. Like a shopping center even. Like a high-end shopping center in Kenya. And then like I said, like the restaurant industry, I would love to get into the food industry and maybe like have my own grocery store. Like if I can be in a little bit of everything, I would. But for now, I would say like the message of Styled by Yvonne is to build like every woman's confidence in like what they're wearing and the image that they are currently in. So, I just preached to myself a little, but
hey, there we go. Yeah. That's what we do here.
Okay, right. So I definitely like no matter what size, shape, style, whatever color, anything like that. I just want you to feel confident and know that you are beautiful. And I try to make sure I show that with all my clients and all the work that I do.